It's your boy OG Bam. Y'all got to talk about, man. It's questions and answers night. That's the new thing. The Bam Bunch get on up in here, man. You understand what I'm saying? It's Wednesday, question and answer night. What everybody want to ask, man. I got the answer. You got the question. You understand what I'm saying? Send a shout out to Kev Mac and the Mac heads and the Mediacs, the Post Hood Postman, OG Gangster, and everybody else with a positive podcast. Y'all tap on up in here, man. As always, we got haters. What would we do without the haters, man? Let me see. Shit, haters motivate me. I don't know about you, they motivate me, man. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay focused regardless of what a hater got to say or do. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't finna spend a whole lot of energy and wondering what somebody else doing with their life when I'm trying to get my life right. You understand what I'm saying? That's what the haters do, man. They spend more energy on somebody else than they do with their own self, right? I was just again, as always, people taps into me and tell me to look at what somebody done said. Say, man, I seen someone to do was saying, oh man, we can't forget gang bangs and did rapes on the streets. And let me share something with you, man. The gang didn't do it, the individual did it. So don't blame that on the gang, blame that on the individual. You understand what I'm saying? And then if you're a gang member yourself and then you stop gang banging, you sitting up here talking about what gang members used to do. What category is you putting yourself in with that? Was you a part of the raping of women? Because you seem to always pointing fingers at what gang members do and what they doing bad, selling drugs in the community. Check this out, man. Did you sell drugs in your community when you was out there trying to get you some money? You once said you hated white people after you read George Jackson book. It was the same for me, but with the autobiography of Michael X. So, hey, check this out, man. When I read George Jackson, I read the autobiography of Malcolm X about a few days later, and both of them brothers brought something out of me and inspired me to be a better me. They elevated, listen to what I'm saying when I tell you this. They elevated my cripping. You understand what I'm saying? They elevated my cripping and it made me see things see things totally different, right? George made me open my eyes because I was inside of prison. Malcolm X made me pick up a dictionary in prison and made me start becoming a little bit more articulate than I was. And I was kind of I worked wonders with the ink pen and the paper writing letters, man. Because every female I ended up having in my life came from me being in the pen. You understand what I'm saying? So they opened my eyes to see, especially Malcolm. Reading out about Malcolm X made me look at myself as well as other brothers totally different. That I didn't have the right to hate somebody that was black because of the color rag they might be having in their pocket. Yeah, I'm a crip, but it elevated my crip in the way it say I can be friends with another black dude that's in another gang, even though he's not a crip. So I commend brothers like Malcolm. You feel me? George Jackson. George Jackson, man, he had a spirit inside of prison, California Department of Corrections. His spirit lived in a whole lot of brothers, man. That when that race shit happened, we had to stay down for what we knew, and we had to stay down for what was right. You understand what I'm saying? George Jackson was an awesome soldier up in there, man, and long live the gorilla. That's what he said about his brother Johnny, right? His brother was 17 years old and went inside of the courtroom and took some inmates up outside that courtroom. So you can't do nothing but salute a brother like George Jackson, salute a brother like Malcolm. You understand what I'm saying? Malcolm helped build a nation up. You understand what I'm saying? Most people, man, in prison, those are the first two books they end up reading before they start going to other black literature in prison. George and Malcolm give you some input on a whole lot of things that we was blinded to. Sometimes we're blinded because we refuse to open our eyes or we refuse to see what's directly in front of us. And some brothers in the pen was like that. You feel me? Salute to you, CB. I hear you, Brian Johnson. Salute to you and yours. That's right. But listen to me. We got to start understanding, man, that we get dudes that come on these podcasts and they look for people like me, other brothers with positive messages that they're giving out in their podcasts to try to find things that we're doing wrong or saying wrong, right? But I'm only here to call a ball, and strike, and keep enlightening y'all to the real about who I am and where I come from and how I'm trying to turn my life around. But check this one out. There's only one good gang historian on YouTube. That's my boy Kev Mack. So shout out to Kev Mack, man. Again, you understand what I'm saying? Without Kev Mack and his knowledge of cryptism and bloodism and his due diligence, they're doing checking out exactly what he's putting out, you wouldn't get these stories that's being presented. What about the Bam Bam crew? What you think, hey David? The Bam Bunch sound a little bit better. The Bam Bam crew, no, man. Check this out. We just a bunch of good brothers and sisters just seeking knowledge and seeking the reality of life. You understand what I'm saying? Say the Bam Bunch, we're gonna stick with the Bam Bunch. But I tell y'all what, y'all tapped in on that, what David's saying. The Bam Bunch or the Bam Bam crew. What do y'all want? What do y'all want to be called, be addressed as? You understand what I'm saying? To say, man, I can cover too real for TV. Like Kev Mack once said, right? I'm gonna stay in your face type of cat, right? I'm gonna serve you the real. Hopefully you can accept it without your feelings being insulted, right? A lot of people run from the truth. They run from their reality. The Bam Bam crew plays quite well. I got you, Brian Johnson. I'm feeling y'all. I got y'all. And this is the feedback we need, man. The Bam Bam crew. Hey, all right, I can go for that, man. We can go for the Bam Bam crew. You understand what I'm saying? But check this out, man. Let me ask y'all this. Why do people say OG, triple OG, double OG? There's no such thing as a double OG or a triple OG. Just either you're OG or you're nothing, man. You understand what I'm saying? And that, again, is I always tell y'all to stay. That's a title earned and not just given. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to be a certain age to be an OG. It's all about how you conducting yourself and the people. Everybody got people that listen to them, but it's about how you talking to people instead of talking at people. You understand what I'm saying? I respect a whole lot of OGs before me. You understand what I'm saying? What's up, Boss Goon? 115. But now I respect a whole lot of OGs that was before me, man. And listen to me. Mac Thomas, Raymond Washington, Salty, Sumo, Tookie, LB, Puddin. I respect every Rotary OG that put in work for what he believed in and stood on what he believed in. He did not bend his knees. And let's not forget my big homie, Marcellus and Sumo, Gregory Cross, Pet Bull, Mac Watts, Hunt from the Front. Even my homie Spoon, Al Freeman. You understand? Keep Randall Bootstrap. You understand what I'm saying? The homie LaSalle. You feel what I'm saying? Frank Van from the Pocket. Avon from the Pocket. His twin brother Dean. These is brothers that raised me and instilled some firmness in me that make me not want to I like Bamaholics. I like that. I like that, man. Y'all, hey, watch this, man. I love the names y'all coming up with. And I'm going to digest it. I'm going to marinate on everything y'all throwing at me, right? Keeping it raw, no cut. I got to, Boss Goon. Let's check this out, man. I'm one of them Keyway dudes that had Damoos as friends before I went to the pen because we got money together. You understand what I'm saying? Killer Ed from Campanella Port. You understand what I'm saying? Some of the dudes from the West Side, Yellow Ice, even though we had our problems, Cool at first had our problems based on the gang shit. Then we got beside that because of my big homie Denny Blow played a pivotal role in bringing us together because we was about getting money. I used to go on an LB lot in the Nixon Gardens because Renee, to me, that was my big homie lot. Me and Papa now be on there. How about the front row? CB, you just called the best one yet. I like that one. Bam in the front row. That's the one we're going to stick with, y'all, the front row. Front hood, front row. That's one we gonna stick with, man. That's the best 2 cents I can get, CB. Thank you. And I like them all too, right? But check this one out, man. I used to go on that LB lot. I remember the first time I went into Nixon's when I got out of YA. The first bounty hunter I see driving, coming back inside of the projects was Joe Valentine, Jay Nay. He seen me. He turned on 114th. He busted you. Pull up on me like, what's up, man? Where you going? I'm from going 102 up the LB lot. Watch this, man. He didn't go get a gang of bounty hunters come say it was a crip up in here. Man, him Pork got out the car and chopped it up, right? And watch this. And what it was, our gang banging activities was changing. Because me and Jay Nay used to go at each other in juvenile hall. I mean, it used to be on site sometimes till we got to the point where this is a win, lose, or draw. We both know we coming to the party. And the respect was just built, established, and we kept that respect going. OG Bam and the Flintstones on Crips. Kitty B, where you get that from? No, we ain't gonna be the Flintstones, man. You understand what I'm saying? But I like that one. Kev Vax said you got to keep a joke going and keep them smiling. Check this out. But me and Jay Nay was a good dude. When I was on my way to the pen, Jay Nay was in the margin in the county jail, 4300 before it was the blood margin. And Courtline Child was there. He was in that margin with a whole lot of G Crips like me. And me and him is in the same age rack generation, right? Had his red rag and he wasn't scared, he wasn't afraid of nothing. You understand what I'm saying? He used to post outside seeing some of his homies go up in there that wasn't really telling us that they was down moves. But some down moves couldn't. I'm just watching Bam. Keep it going. Thanks, Kenny B. There was a lot of down moves that they got busted when I was going through that county jail, man, that they couldn't, even though the Crips outnumbered them in the county jail, they couldn't dodge who they was, because we knew reputable down moves are known. And reputable down moves is respected. Don't get me wrong, like we talk about the Crip margin. Listen to me, man. I remember when the first time when I came down from the pen after being in prison from 1980, I come down to the pen. The only squabbling I used to see in the county was with Crips. On Crip was Hoovers and 9-0s. And what a lot of people don't know is 9-0s was Hoovers first. Before they was not, it was also a clique that came out called themselves 9-0 Gangsters. Now they 9-0 Neighborhoods. Then it was the ATGs in the 60s. And I had established solid relationships with some of the 60s. Keto Rock, Big Cat, Money Munch. You understand what I'm saying? Lunatic Frank. We was up in there gambling, getting our money, man. I remember one time I was in the day room with 21, 23. They used to have pill lines, so they let everybody in the day room. We be in there playing. You see one motherfuckers in the corner day room shooting dice. Other motherfuckers playing blackjack, playing poker. I played that blackjack real good. I know what I flipped the deck, kept my thing. But I shoot craps real good. So I'm up in there, and some of my homies from the bottoms up in there, that's players. And Baby Now from Villains, brother Tricky Dick was in there, man. Tricky Dick had a cold kill shot. You know, we throwing outrageous bets at dudes. These Tricky Racing has bets like, bet I roll over 6, bet I throw a roll of deuce on every roll. That kill shot, right? And I remember Tricky Dick, it was like $100 play on the ground. And he threw the 4-point right in the dough, you feel me? And dude stepped on the money. Tricky Dick jumped right up like, man, what you doing? I don't give a fuck about where you from, but you ain't finna get my money. That showed you, and all the Crips didn't look at Tricky Dick like it was crazy. A real motherfucker respected motherfucker for staying down for what he believed in, regardless of him being against the odds, being against him. And that's why I love a whole lot of them brothers off the bottoms, man. A lot of them, from Lil Cal to Eastside Mike, Howard Lundy, you understand what I'm saying? My boy Tricky Dick. Them was even Lil Geechee Bunch. These is real soldiers and players. When they come to them dice, 9 out of 10, you're going to lose your money. They ain't going to lose their money. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got to always 5 T's, right? But somebody had asked me, in Melly Mel show, Melly Mel had asked me about what you think about them dudes that was having money, but they was non-affiliated brothers. There was a lot of non-affiliated dudes in LA County getting money, but they had to fuck with the gangbanging neighborhoods in order to put protection on themselves. And in the process of what hood they fuck with, they also low-key was end up being part of that hood because that's what people recognize them from. You understand what I'm saying? Like The homie Flint from Santana was getting a whole lot of money. When I had called my murder and I was in Palm Harbor with Turtle, Turtle had just wrote Flint and said, I'm here with him. I mean, I get a letter about 5 days later, 300 in that motherfucking envelope, nothing but 302 books of stamps from the homie Flint, based on that you function with any 9-9 mafias on the streets in the pen. I know some 9-9 mafia. First 9-9 mafia I met was Bitter Child. Bitter Child was in the pen with me. Bitter Child was a soldier. You understand what I'm saying? I heard he was kind of sick if he ain't passed away yet. I ain't for sure. But Bitter Child was with the business. It's some more that I can't name right off. But watch this, man. I have partners from every motherfucking hood. Damn near every blood hood too that we get along with. Cause watch this. It ain't about cutting in, butting in, it's about getting cutted in. 9 out of 10, you can throw a name out there and keep the cheat off yourself. But it's about the right name you're throwing out there. You can say you know somebody and a motherfucker might be like, yeah, is that right? Like I was caught up in a situation one time, man, over this female house. This dude he supposed to be her brother or cousin, whatever the fuck he was. When he pushed over there with like 4 of his partners. And as soon as he come in the house, first thing he asked, like, where you from? You already know where I'm from, because I got the F hat on. That's what I said. I said, you already know where I'm from. I got the F hat on. He said, shit, you might be from Inglewood family. Right then, he was telling me he knew I was from front hood or the 40s, because we all wear F hats, right? But this particular F hat, only people you seeing in them is front of us, because we don't want to suddenly bust out with this southern color. So I tell you, I'm front hood. I'm like, you got the name and names based on this clique. And I said one name. I said, Hoolan. He backed up with it. He said, uh-oh, I named the right motherfucker. What kind of dude was Russo? People don't talk about him much, but he started BL. Tyree, man, Damu Ascari. Straight, solid brother. With the business in every form, shape, and fashion, from squabbling to throwing that knife, to however a motherfucker wanted to do it, Tyree was with doing it. I have been knowing Tyree, man, since basically coming out the sandbox. You understand what I'm saying? When I was in Tracy with him, Tyree had let me know ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Names from show lines he did time with. Big Pup, Red, Buddy Miles, my boy, Honey Bear, that's my comrade. Some of the youngsters, Big C-Bone. And Big C-Bone was a big old young motherfucker, cold beast, man. You understand what I'm saying? And them vintage show lines is some good motherfuckers. Woody from Billy Charlene, real name Marlon Yates, that was my celly, man. That was the longest dude I ever allowed to stay in the cell with me, that we allowed to stay cellies together. Woody from Venice, we were cellies for about 4.5 years, man. Me and him was drinking partners, but we had motherfuckers hating on us. Me and Woody had a sack together in the pen, getting our money, house full of shit. And Tehachapi got the biggest. Tehachapi 180 got the biggest cell in prison, right? And man, I'm talking about from the wall with a window at the look out to see the snow and shit. We have about 17 cases of sodas up under the bunk. We got plastic containers. One might be filled with nothing but meat sticks and barbecue cheddar beef and all that. We had it like we wanted to have it. And Woody the one put me up on Gerald Levert. Listen to a whole lot of Gerald Levert, right? Little Teaspoon from the 60s was above us. Whiskey and Fashion from Watts Sully, they was right above us. And whenever they hear me playing Angie Stone, they'd do this. Damn, and they're drunk, man. He's stressing. I never did a whole lot of stressing in the pen over no woman, because Poo-Poo never was going nowhere. She taught me how to do time. You know, that's my best friend today, my ex-girl, man. She a minister now, and that was my woman at the time. So everybody knew about Poo-Poo. They knew she ran for me. You feel me? And the showline dudes were some real motherfuckers. Marvin Gangsters, I knew a few of them, just can't name them right off. Playboy Gangsters, Fat Rat, Blue Resting in Peace. You understand what I'm saying? Some schoolyards. You understand what I'm saying? I knew a whole lot of them, man. And these dudes were some solid. I remember when I met Fat Rat from Playboy, Blue from Schoolyard was on the yard. And Cuz was thinking they might clash, right? But I immediately, because me and Cuz was cool, they had put Cuz in my cell for a hot second. Hey, cuz, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. I'm gonna holler at Blue. And I went to the yard. Me and Blue walked a couple of laps and we talked about it. The best tattoo artist you knew in the pen. Brothers started tattooing later on in the game in the pen, man. But a lot of tattoos, when I went to the pen, a lot of us was getting tattoos by Northern Essays. You understand what I'm saying? My first tattoo, I got my first tattoo in YA by a Northern Mexican. I got FH put on my chest in 1974 in Nellis. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, and it went from there. You understand? When the rest of the tattoos I got on my arm, I got Compton Crip on my arm. Somebody from Raymond put that on my arm. You feel what I'm saying? I got OFH on this side. I got OCC right here. A lot of these other tattoos. When I went to the pen, a lot of the Northerners tatted on brothers because Serenos couldn't tat on us. White boys couldn't tat on us. Certain brothers couldn't tat. I forgot this brother name, man. He knew how to tat his ass off, and I was going to allow him to do my back. I was going to get a 64 shit put on my back with CC Riders. I wanted to get a big old cassage on my back. And I ended up going to the hole, man. And I ain't never ran across that brother again. I'm thinking about getting some. I'm finna get my mother's name on my arm, and my sister's name, and my brother's name somewhere all over me, right? In honor of my mother. You know, I got my hood on me, but I ain't got my family on me. So there's something wrong with that to me, right? So I got to get those names put on me. Old as I am, I'm gonna get those names put on me. But when I was in the pen, Northern Mexicans did a lot of tatting on brothers, man. And Georgie, now I see brothers going to see. I seen a dude from Pueblo's essay dude, man, do some tatting in Calipat, and he was awesome with it, man. And he was getting his money. He was charging motherfuckers 2 and 3 motherfucking hundred. They was getting half of their arms did, getting all their stomach did, their chest and their back. Shit, I got a nephew went to the penitentiary, no tattoos. He came back with a whole goddamn mirror on his body. You understand what I'm saying? Because them brothers in the penitentiary, watch this, man. Based on that one question, brothers in the pen got a whole lot of talent and don't know the talent they got until they get inside of prison. And some of us don't utilize the talent that we got when we get to the streets. Like I knew how to paint. I love painting houses. So when it was time for me to come home, I used to say, man, I don't want to work for nobody. I want to start my own business. And I started my own little business, and it's successful. It's still successful today because my homie Redbird called me and said, man, I know somebody needs something. I need something did. And they put money in my pocket. And my name of my thing is Bam Affordable Painting. For some strange reason, blacks don't like supporting black businesses. And that's what we got to learn how to do. Start generating our money amongst ourselves. My shit is called Bam Affordable Painting. So that means I'm not for a single story house. I ain't gonna charge you no more than $4,500 to paint it, no less than $2,500. It all depends on what I got to do besides the paint. It might be some termite wood I got to replace for you. It might be cracked stucco. I got to do some restucco work for you and all that. So it's designed for the people in my community, for they won't go broke and get these contractors where they charge them. Well, I'm gonna charge you $11,000 to paint your house. I charge a person, man, $125 for each room. You understand what I'm saying? I charge $250 to paint a kitchen, right? And I'm damn good at painting. You know, I got to say it again, huh? But man, we got to start assisting each other instead of always talking about one another. It's a trip, man, how a black person can have a clothing store right here, but another person of color can have a clothing store down the street. And they're inside of our community, and we going there. We'd rather get him the money than get a black person that own the business the money. And this is the cold part too. You don't see how they overprice us in our own community with shit. You go in some of these moms and pop stores that ain't black, they giving you stale bread, stale crackers. Even if you buy a goddamn chop rami suit, the motherfucker's 100 years old. And they overcharge you. One place you can go to the supermarket and get a chop rami 50 cents, but you're going to the store, they charging you $1 for the motherfucker. That's the price of a top ramen in the county jail. No, we got to start supporting one another. I love my little niece. My little niece when they learned how to do nails, and when they got her license to do manicures and pedicures. Because when the COVID came, that's what happened. King Mike, what it do, baby? So let's stop supporting other businesses and support each other business. Like you can go in these Koreans. nail shops, man. And the nail shops is dirty as a motherfucker, some of them. The tools is dirty. Do you think that's respecting the money that's coming inside? That means they don't respect who's coming in and spending money. Because if they did, their business would be clean. I mean, you can go to moms and pop little spots. Like it's a spot on Gage and Fig, man. I love to go get chitlins dinners there. But when my ex-female first took me to that place, and I'm looking at all these black folks pulling up, I looked inside it. I said, God damn, we done gave the people the recipe. Now they just stole the recipe and getting their money. Like it's a hamburger stand on the east side called a Snack Shack. When I was coming up, we called it Funky Mamas. And I got to Boss Goon. And watch this, man. I know a lot of brothers. I see they building some apartments across the street from my niece and nephew place, right? The motherfuckers hooked up. I ain't only brother I seen there was the goddamn security guard monitoring the building. I ain't seen a brother do no work over there, and that's straight. And you know what, man? It's a trip on how they say we lazy. It ain't that we lazy. Motherfuckers just trying to chase. Motherfuckers want to get more than what they work, right? I heard a dude tell me the other day we was at work and we was talking. He was saying, yeah, man, my son said he wouldn't work for $15 an hour. And man, when I first started coming up, man, $3.50 was minimum wages. The cost of living would make minimum wages go up. You understand? Out here in Vegas, $7 is the minimum wages. So you got to understand, man, if you stop trying to live below your means, you can live off of making $16 an hour and getting paid every other motherfucking week and getting paid every other week. Stop trying to buy a motherfucking Maserati or a Lamborghini when you ain't got Lamborghini and Maserati money. You understand what I'm saying? Stop trying to get all that fly shit when you can't afford that fly shit. And you call that one right, CB. That's all it is. And watch this, man. If they so good with construction work, what half of Mexico damn near fell over when it was an earthquake years ago. We got to pay attention. Brothers need to, I got a homie got a construction building. He'll love to hire some brothers if they want to work. Motherfuckers don't like that real labor, man. Ain't nothing wrong. Watch this, man. Ain't nothing wrong with getting your hands dirty. When I used to really paint, I worked from a brother from Raymond, my homie Aaron. I worked for Cam Vision, man, for about 4 years, painting houses, right? I used to get off work, man, and one day I was coming out the store, stopped and got me a beer, jumped in my Suburban, and the sister did this. She said, you sure wear that paint good on you. You understand what I'm saying? Sisters like us looking for a man like you that's working every day. Now, she wasn't saying because I had a job, that's the only reason she'd fuck with me, but she showed me what she admired about a black man doing what he's supposed to be doing, being responsible. You know what I'm saying? This is what we got to learn how to do. We got to stop not supporting one another. Because I'm going to go back to the thing like the homies trying to get the Watch Festival going in LA. And man, that's a good thing. And I hope it happens. But in the process of getting that together, let's try to get peace together in our communities first, because ain't no need in trying to bring everybody together if everything is in the neighborhoods is all fucked up. It's still, motherfuckers are still beefing up with people outside of their clique. Because when you bring it all together to the port, guess what's going to happen? That's a cherry bomb ready to explode. So we got to bring it together. A peace treaty is needed in LA. A peace treaty is needed in Chicago. You feel me? And this is what we got to do. We got to allow these youngsters, the OGs, as an OG, we got to create a table of dialogue. We don't need 100 people from each set to be coming. Just 2 people from each generation, from the OG generation to the TD generation. Just 2 people. They got the influence amongst their peers, right? Bring them to the table. OGs put the platform down for what the dialogue gonna be. Then the OGs step back and allow these youngsters to talk. And I guarantee you, man, it won't be no motherfucking violence. Because watch this, man. If you've been to prison, that is how people, you can get hell of a play being a painter or doing plaster. I know for a fact. You ain't lying, Boss Goon. Because I still, watch this, I still put my shit out on Facebook. I still do that. You understand? I just had to go show my homie how to get certain tools, my nephew, right? Because he doing this thing, he got his own handyman business. He gonna have people paint houses for him. inside of houses. But now, what I'm saying is, man, when a person go to prison, if you can't just rush your motherfucking enemy on the streets, because it's a structure inside of prison, why we can't create a structure outside here in society where people can know what to do and what not to do? Because everybody got to play by the rules, man. And rules is needed in any parts of life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how many of y'all there's parents and your kids driving you crazy and they remind you of the shit that your parents, what you saying to them remind you what your parents say to you. Can't follow my rules, get out my motherfucking house. And that's the problem too in the black community, man. Stop trying to be your child friend and be their parent. Stop sitting up. If you got a 14-year-old motherfucking son or daughter, you smoking a blunt with your 14-year-old son and daughter, you ain't getting mad because he done went in the motherfucking room and took your weed. You understand? That's not being a parent, that's being his friend. You feel what I'm saying? Stop making your house be the teenagers, the teen folks, the motherfuckers can hang out. It's all about being a parent, not being a friend. That friendship come later as being a parent. You understand what I'm saying? Brothers like me, if we got homies that's in the penitentiary and they got kids out here and grandkids out here now, it's our responsibility to step up and be an uncle figure in their life, to be a big brother in their life. I ain't talking about telling them to join the hood. I ain't telling you to push up on them if they claim your hood now and say, man, you shouldn't be doing this. No, give him something else to do. A lot of these brothers out there want a job. They just don't know how to go find their job, man. They waiting on it to fall in their lap. So why not go drop their job in their lap? Guarantee them a place of employment if they're willing to show up for them to work. You understand what I'm saying? Because I got a gang of homies with businesses. I got a homie Bone with his own business. Every other day he's saying he's looking for Class B drivers. I told the dude, gave him Bone number and everything. Bone said, give him a number, tell me to call me. Man, this dude ain't called my homeboy yet. You feel what I'm saying? So did he really want to work, or did he waste his own motherfucking time going to get his Class B license, going to learn how to drive a diesel? He wasted his own motherfucking time because I guaranteed him a job. He heard my homeboy say, give him the number. And he worked for my homie before just in his package port. Now you can drive one of his trucks. But he didn't want to go do that because he's waiting on somebody to take care of him instead of taking care of his motherfucking self. But we got to learn how to support one another, man. We can't be on here like these other motherfuckers. Some of these dudes, it's house help niggas, right? And by that I mean some of them ain't got nothing better to do but watch the soap operas. Same shit they used to get mad at our sisters and mothers were doing back in the day. Some of these motherfuckers, they can tell you more about what's going on in Young and the Restless than a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's all they do all day, sit at home and watch TV. So we got to look at that. Don't get mad. Brothers, you get brothers, Hispanics is taking the jobs. You go to any job in LA, damn near, man, shit, watch this, you might be the only black motherfucker in there. Right? When the job say one of the requirements is speak English, but as soon as you get to the job, you think you're in Mexico or Tier 1, the only thing you hearing is Spanish. And you know they talking about you, so guess who they finna try to get up out of there? They want you out of there. Because half of them ain't got no social security card. The company's just hiring them. But we can go in there, bum rush them motherfuckers and make them give us these jobs, man. It's just, you got to want that job. Stop supporting these moms and pop stores that ain't black owned. Start supporting your own. Watch this. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They do that. They support their own. You know, I mean, when I got out the pen, I see how they selling burritos and all this on street corners. I used to didn't like that. Then I started understanding it. That's what they do in Mexico and Tijuana. So all one thing they did when they came over here, they brought their culture over here. But when we start bringing our culture with us, let's learn how to love each other and respect each other, man. That's all it is, man. If you're home, if you got a place of business, I know if I had a place of business, man, I'm gonna hire my own before I hire anybody else. But I also will fire they motherfucking ass if they don't want to work. Because I ain't gonna let nobody take my business under. You understand what I'm saying? This is what we got to do, man. So let's stop hating on what the next race doing positive for themselves and start doing what we can do better for ourselves. OG Bam general contract. Have you ever thought about starting a boys club in the hood, teaching young guys how? Watch this, man. I've been trying to have somebody do that with me. And I wish me and you can hook up and did something like that if you was in Los Angeles. I knew this girl that said she knew how to write grants. I wanted her to write a grant for me, try to get this money to start a place where I can teach youngsters how to paint houses, how to do plumbing work, and get them to learn how to do electricity. If I can get there, we'll be in it good. What you feel is the medicine that we need for our culture. It's only one medicine, that's love and respect. That's it, and that's all. That's what we need for our culture, man. We don't know how to love each other no more. I'm gonna tell you why, because it's a lot of self-hate. It's a lot of motherfuckers that don't know how to love themselves. Sometimes they don't want to put the weed down to get a good paying gig. And that's true too, man. Watch this. But shit, ain't nothing wrong with smoking a blunt before you go and smoking one when you get off. You got to know when to smoke it and when not to smoke it. You understand what I'm saying? But the medicine for our culture is love and respect. We got to learn how to love each other and respect each other, man. Start loving ourselves. You can't transmit love to anybody else if you don't know how to love yourself. We need motherfuckers to start playing their position, not try to play somebody else's position. Start being who the fuck you are. See, like I said the other night, man, it's not a male shortage, it's a man shortage in the black community. You understand? It's a difference. Every male is not a man. So it's not a male shortage, it's a man shortage. And being a man is one part of being a man, one criteria for being a man. And the number one criteria is being responsible. Then it becomes being a positive role model. I know a whole lot of gang members, man, and turned their life around because they don't want to go back to the penitentiary. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to respect that. Salute Kev Mack for giving us OG Bam. Salute Kev Mack. Much love and respect for that, David. So listen to me, man. I'm not here to try to belittle nobody. You understand what I'm saying? I can't belittle gangbangers that still gangbangers. When did we lose the love? When did we lose the love? Hey, check this out, man. I can't even give you a direct answer on that, Ramon. You understand what I'm saying? When I was gang banging, I can say I had a whole lot of love for people, but it was obvious I didn't because I was still doing shit to black dudes. I was tripping on a motherfucker based on the color rag he carried in his pocket, based on the color clothes he wear, right? Then I found out this shit. I like wearing red too. Shit, I make red look good. Red don't make me look good. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the difference. We got to learn how to really regain the love that used to be in the 50s, the 60s, the early 70s. Gangs didn't destroy the love in the household. People inside of the household destroyed the love. You understand what I'm saying? Every gang member in my family we came from a family of love, but we just gang members. But shit, from my nephews on down, all of them until we couldn't go in my mama's house without my pants hanging off my ass. Shit, man, my nephew in the house with a hat on. When my uncles would be like, hey, take that hat off in this house. And we look at him crazy mother like, man, this ain't your house. You understand what I'm saying? But then was the manners that we was taught. We got to start back teaching kids manners and have kids respect elders. See, that's the problem too, man. Don't nobody respect the elders in the community. We got the elder people afraid to sit on their porch like they used to. This is what we got to do. We got to rebuild our own community. We got to start policing our own community. I ain't talking about telling nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody want to blame everything on the OGs and had OGs go out there and do all the footwork while everybody else sit back. No, if you got a female that's my age and her mama's still living in the hood and she going to the hood and all the bangers over there, them youngsters is respecting her because they know who she is and who her family is, she got a responsibility to bring the community back like it used to be. Because this is the community where she lived at. That community gave her something. It gave her the strength, gave him the strength, gave them the strength to become better than what they was, right? See, what's wrong with a lot of black folks, man? Once they get a little money, they move away from the community. Start being on that upper hill looking down that flat land, saying, man, I don't want to be down there, Mo. Fuck them motherfuckers. Fuck them niggas. They come American Cholo on us. Fuck them niggas, man. Look how they act. Loud music. How somebody loud music interrupting you if it's being played at an appropriate time? Shit, about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, everybody supposed to be up. One motherfucker supposed to be asleep at 12 o'clock. This motherfucker like me, they got a job, they go to work at 7 because you're getting off at 3 in the morning. But we got to start, excuse me, we got to start respecting each other again, man. Let's take it back to where it used to be. We got to police our own motherfucking community. Watch this, man. My biggest fear on the streets is not a blood, not one of these youngsters. My biggest fear on the streets, if the police pull me over and say I got a gun. That's my biggest fear. So I'm not one of the dudes that want to grab my motherfucking phone and be filming these motherfuckers if they pull me for over. So far they haven't pulled me over, ain't been harassing me or none of that. And I hope I ain't talking up on it. And you're absolutely right, Productive P. Why do we feel that the black community always had to be the dominant towards each other? Why can't we respect our own leaders? First of all, what you just said make a whole lot of sense. But who to say the leaders that somebody else give us is our leaders? See, that's the problem too. Leaders is born, man. They ain't made. Role models is the role model comes from within the household. Michael Jordan, Bill Cosby ain't never been my type of role motherfucking models because they ain't the ones who fed me. Them ain't the ones who put clothes on my back. My role model was my father. You understand what I'm saying? He showed me what being a man was all about. Going to work every motherfucking day and taking care of his family, making sure his family was straight. My grandfathers, because they made sure my uncles and aunties and parents were straight. Those are the role models. So we get these fake black leaders like Al Sharpton and them that'll sell us off at the drop of a pen. Farrakhan, they say he the black leader. But Farrakhan only come in the black community. Here come to Compton when somebody say it was problems in Compton. The police came over there and shot the wrong brother, killed the brother. Now they ain't want to show up and get on camera. Like Jesse Jackson. The only reason he went to Nixon Gardens because he was running for president. He ain't been back to watch since 1984. He ain't been back to watch. They put a mirror on the gym and everything because he was running for president, cleaned it up. Maxine Waters don't come to the ghetto unless it's benefiting her. Them is not our leaders. Them is hand-picked black folks that's going to say the right thing at the right time and have us keep voting for them. That's why I refuse to vote. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what we got to pay attention to, man. We pick our own motherfucking leaders. We can't continue allowing somebody else to give us these leaders because our best interest is not in their hand. They for self. They're not for the black community. You understand what I'm saying? Check this out, man. It's a homeless problem in LA in the black communities. And majority of the people that's homeless is not all black or Hispanic. You got white folks over here that's sleeping in tents. Pull a trailer up in front of your motherfucking house and take over. You can't even park in front of your house because they can pull a trailer. It's stores you want to go to because it's homeless people camped out in front of the stores. Even at certain restaurants, it's like that. But they allow that only in the black and brown communities. So it's on us as the black and brown people in our own community say, man, we don't want this. It's on us to go to these city hall meetings and tell these motherfuckers what we want and what's needed in our community and make them do what they promise in their campaign speeches or what they don't do. They don't do it. You understand? They don't do it. So this is the things we got to put out there, man. It's like Larry Hoover said it best, man. Gangsters go to the poll. And that might be true. Farrakhan is the major leader. OG, and I watch this. I ain't speaking against Farrakhan, brother. I love to hear that brother speak. Watch this, man. When I first started getting on YouTube, I used to listen to Farrakhan and Malcolm X before I get on here. What's up, Casper? How you living, man? So Farrakhan is a great leader for the Nation of Islam, but he's not my leader. That's what I'm saying, brother. I ain't got nothing against him. He just not BAM leader. You understand what I'm saying? I got keyway partners that's Muslims. Get more offended if you disrespect Farrakhan than if motherfuckers disrespect their neighborhood. But what is Farrakhan doing for the neighborhood? Look at the Final Call newspapers, man. Only advertisement in there is for Islam. It's not no advertising for nobody else. You understand what I'm saying? I've yet to see a Muslim that's selling a pound of corner and they giving it to a homeless black man or a black woman. That ain't saying that that's what they don't do. I just haven't seen it with my own eyes. But Farrakhan is a great man. I love the way this man speak and so articulate and open up black folks' eyes and make us see the reality of what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? I liked it how the mere fact that he defended Kyrie, I admired that. Because he brought things to fruition. What he said the Jews told him to do was the same thing they was trying to ask Kyrie Irving to do. You feel me? You know, so this is why we got to stay focused on what's needed. We just, ain't nothing wrong with having black leaders, and Farrakhan is a good one. But hey, man, we got to call some of these, and I ain't talking about Farrakhan with this. We got to call dudes like to the plate and say, y'all need to start contributing to the hood. Because the hood is what got you rich. You didn't get your motherfucking self rich. The hood got you rich. We need to call motherfuckers like Michael Jordan on his bullshit. We got you with all this money. He didn't even make his shoes for the black kids to want to get them. He said they was too expensive. He directed his sales at somebody else, not at us. But watch this. What motherfucker want to go spend $300 for a pair of motherfucking tennies and then say fuck a $50 light bill? Them tennis shoes ain't gonna keep your lights on. You understand what I'm saying? Them Jordans ain't gonna keep your lights on. I guarantee you, you can cash app your homeboy for the $50 to help you pay for the light bill, but you can't cash app Michael Jordan. You understand what I'm saying? We need that kid, that 10K fearless. You understand? And I can respect all that, brother. Again, Mac Heads deep up in here for OG Bam. Thank the Mac Heads for being up in here with me. So let me send that shout out to the Mac Heads all over again and Kev Mac. I appreciate that. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. But we got to, let me see. I never realized how designated I was to both guns and gang violence emergency service until I moved out to South Central. I used to see the chaos, and it's quite too quiet, and it get restless. PTSD. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let me share this with you, man. You got people. When I first came home, man, I reached out to a whole lot of dudes with gang intervention programs. Don't you know them dudes didn't want to let me be a part of their gang intervention program? The one dude allowed me to work with him. Then he felt as though I was trying to take over his gang intervention program. We was riding bikes around Washington, catch the kids for ditching and send them back to class. Because I mingled with the young men on the ground and was talking to him. He felt as though I was trying to take over his gang intervention program. These gang interventions need to allow brothers stop hibernating that money for yourself and hire brothers that really got something to offer to the young generation and talk to the young generation. Man, let me tell you something, man. All these young gangbangers want to do is hear about their big homies they never met. And if their big homies is doing something positive, they want to learn how to do it just like they did it. Because don't nobody like living a fucked up life, man. Man, boy, child, kid, whatever. Don't nobody like living a fucked up life. We got to start doing these things for each other instead of being selfish. You feel what I'm saying? The Black Panthers was good for us. But somewhere down the line, man, Bobby Seale and Henry Newton them start be having their own problems. Did drugs play a role in that? I believe so. You understand what I'm saying? Did envy play a role in it? I believe so. I'm not taking nothing from them. I was a dude that ate some of the breakfasts that the Black Panthers had as the kids when I was a kid. You understand what I'm saying? I remember how the big Christmas tree used to be on Central across Vernon, and we go down there and get free gifts. I remember getting free breakfast at the Black Panther headquarters on Central as a kid. I remember that. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what we need to do. Christian Bloods need to come together and create this ourselves. We got people like Cynthia Nunn and them that created their own programs to help the kids in the community. My homie Artie them, backpack giveaways. Artie brought snow to El Segundo Park. I commend my homie for doing that. He might try to do it again this month and this year, bringing snow back to the park, right? But watch this, man. Don't y'all notice something? Black folks got a big ass pride, and that's what we got to learn. We got to learn how to kick our pride and our ego to the curb sometimes, because our pride and ego is nothing but a hindrance in our motherfucking life. Whether people believe that, and my pride and ego has hindered things for me to make things happen for me in my life, because I was too caught up in my pride and my motherfucking ego. Because every time we got black folks giving away something in the ghetto, guess who is more people there than us? It's other people. It's more other people there instead of us. You got churches that pass out turkeys and hams during Christmas. Other people come with their whole entourage of family just for they can get extra food to take for we won't be able to get nothing. Thank you, Melvin Chester from Georgia. Man, I like that. So this is what we got to do. And watch it. And there was a threat, so the government infiltrated them brothers. You understand what I'm saying? One of my greatest movies I've seen so far, man, since I've been home is Judas. I love the shit out that movie. You understand what I'm saying? That's what a Charleston White is. He's a Judas. He infiltrated the black community, thinking he got love for us, but he ballooning us. He giving the police information what's going on in the ghetto. But we got to start calling these NBA players, these baseball players, these football players, these rappers. Not all of them. Snoop did a great thing in the ghetto, snorting the Snoop League. But we need people to step to the plate like Snoop. Yeah, some of them donate shit for the tax write-off, but come be a participant in the donation. Come in the community. Let's see how the community is. Don't move out the community and suddenly the community is fucked up. You don't want your kids going to the schools in the community. LeBron James talked that shit all day long. But his son is in school in Beverly Hills, some motherfucking place. His son ain't in school in the ghetto. Maybe if he'd put his son in the ghetto, watch this. The school district probably say we got to put better teachers in the ghetto now because we got this man's son here. See, they don't care about the schools in the ghetto because their kids don't go to the schools in the ghetto. This is what we got to talk about. Listen to the Buster Whack 100. I don't live in the hood no more. I live somewhere else. No, man. Some type of motherfucker, if I hit the major lottery, man, I'm going to get a mansion built in Compton. I'm going to go buy some motherfucking hotels and turn them into motherfucking transitional homes when the brothers and sisters got a pen, they got some place to live. You understand what I'm saying? We got to learn how to help each other and stop depending on somebody else to give us something. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, man, check this out, man. We got, watch this. We got sick and tired of always having to bow down to the power that be. And you're absolutely right. The key, change economics, meaning spending about money elsewhere else. We got to start supporting. Gangsters say this a lot. We got to start supporting one another, man. Hey, man, lead the baseball players alone. Many are trying to get brothers to play baseball. And watch this. I don't know how that happened where brothers suddenly don't want to play baseball no more. All they want to do is play basketball and play football. Because came up, man. I love the shit out of baseball. I played the shit out of it. My father was one of my little league baseball coaches. It took me and my brothers to other parks to play, like Dinker Park, Harbor Park, Alondra Park. We played the shit out of that. My homie Jesse Brew, Daddy, Mr. Brew. My homie Mr. Troop did that. Joe James, the bully brother, took us to other parks so we can play ball, man, because watch this. A lot of gang members played the shit out of sports. So we got, all I'm saying is these people with good incomes need to contribute to where they came from. And most of them don't. You understand what I'm saying? Most of them don't. This is all I'm saying. I'm not taking nothing from them. I'm not jealous of their income, or how they getting their money. But donate something to the community. I'm telling you, I was just saying this on the other live, right? I said, man, I was trying to start an inner city youth program. A sit down for the inner city youth. I had talked to Freeway Rick, the real Freeway Rick. Freeway Rick was going to come. My homie Chico Brown was going to come. I had my homie Bone. I had a few people, even females was going to come and talk to the boys and girls. My homie Artie was going to get backpacks and do all this. Don't you know, man, I couldn't get a motherfucking donation out of nobody if I can be able to make this happen. Melly Mill was going to be there with the camera and everything. I was going to have Melly Mill and them speaking. He'll tell you this himself. Shouts out to the postman up in the house. And people wasn't trying to be a part of this. So we got to call him on this. We got to call him on this. Watch this, man. We got these platforms now. I'm throwing a challenge out there. To Alex, FG, anybody with a platform. You dudes always want to expose people for this bullshit. Let's have a platform. Let's all come together and have a dialogue on somebody's platform where we can create a positive dialogue to create peace in the Black and brown community. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just chilling, Melly Mill, just chilling, baby. You understand what I'm saying? I called you earlier, you didn't answer, homie. I'm gonna hit you though tomorrow. But listen to me. This is what we got to do. Let's come together and have. I really want to create this inner city peace platform for we can talk to the kids in the inner city, to the youth. Have nobody ever donated nothing to this. Ain't nobody trying to put no money in no pocket for themselves. I really want to get my community together. And this is what we need to do. I feel like a lot of other cultures capitalize on the Black community loss and by turn minorities instead of having programs set in place for Blacks. And then they use, hey, watch this, man. Whenever Blacks do something and whenever we march, people jump on our bandwagon, and when they get what they want out that march, they forget where they got it from, or who helped them to get it. And sometimes our own people do that too. You know what I mean? So this is what we got to do. Yep. And not another one of them fake ass Gangster Chronicles type of mess. Exactly, Austin, Texas. Listen to me. Somebody with a whole lot of people on their platform. They got more viewers than everybody else. Bring people like me, Melly Mill, Kev Mack, them. All of them. Kev Mack didn't told you on his own thing. He used to talk to politicians. My boy Melly Mill went in Compton and talked to a few communist people. Let's come together on somebody's platform. Let's have a positive dialogue to what's needed in the community, because we all know what's needed and we all have a solution, but we only share that solution amongst friends. And we have heated conversations behind it because everybody got a different opinion. But let's come together on the common ground without compromising your motherfucking integrity or your principles. And let's talk to the youth about bringing peace in the Black and the brown community. Let's not be like the fake American Cholo dude that faking like he really want peace, but he advocates, I love my race, but I hate the next race. See, this is what you don't get from me or some of my friends. We're not hating on another race. What we want for our race, we want for the next race. We just want peace inside of the community. Who don't want their grandkids to be safe to go outside and play foot tag, a jump rope with their friends? Who don't want that, man? Everybody want that. Any sensible person want that. You think little kids like walking to the store when they get out of school, man, they see a gang of grown-ass men's or grown-ass women's sitting in the car smoking weed, music all loud. Oh, man, that's my friend, mother. I can't say what I really want to say. You understand what I'm saying? No, man. We got to clean up our own community of the bullshit that's going on. We can't wait on somebody else, Gavin Newsom, them to clean it up, because they not. Only reason they clean up LA now because the Olympics when they come to this motherfucker. If the Olympics wasn't coming, they wouldn't be trying to clean it up. This is what we got to learn how to do, y'all. Hey, thank you, Black Warrior Spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100 with this, man. Let's stop fooling ourselves and start doing what's right. You understand what I'm saying? Again, I'm going to throw that challenge out. Whoever want to donate to me in order to have a sit down with the inner city youth in our communities, we can get us a place. I got a homeboy that's a preacher, Charles Gibson, got his own little place. He will let me get this, and we can have him in there. Melly Melvin come in there with that camera and put us out there, make this YouTube live, one of the best YouTube lives ever. I believe I can get Kev Mack to come speak. Freeway Rick can come speak. I know I can get Chico Brown, and we'll just get some other people. Cynthia Nunn, them. I know my homie already gonna get the backpacks where we can get these kids some things, but we can talk to these kids. And I don't just want to sit down. I wanted it to be a breakfast, a brunch or something. We can sit. Watch this, man. If you feed them, they ain't gonna leave. And if the food good, they gonna listen. And that's all I wanted to do. So with that said, man, this is the best hour I can give y'all. Support the channel, hit the like and subscribe. I'm accepting any type of donation the person want to throw at me. And with that said, let me send a shout out to the Postman. Y'all tap into his show, Kev Mack Show. Because like my homie Redbird told me the other day, he say, bring it like Melly Mill taught you. It's the 1st and 15th, but the content is king. Peace. I love y'all.